If you want to become financially free and quickly, then this is your crash course to help you achieve true financial freedom quickly in 2024. Now, everything I'm about to tell you here is broken down into 7 simple steps, and I have so many tools and resources to help you achieve this. At the end of the day, if you follow these strategies for at least 30 days, you're going to see a huge shift in your financial situation. But if you can also stick to this for 6 to 12 months, your life will look entirely different than it does right now. So let's dive into it. For those of you who are new here, my name is Tessabella, and my goal is to help you make, manage, and multiply your money while living your best soft girl life. I love being able to go to Pilates in the middle of the day, have my phone on Do Not Disturb. When I turn it off Do Not Disturb, the only notifications that I have are more payment notifications from my product selling and income coming in. It is truly the most peaceful and best feeling in the world, and I know that that can be possible for you too. So these 7 steps are going to help you achieve your version of financial freedom, whether that is going to Pilates in the middle of the day or doing something totally different. This is really the keys to the kingdom, and I promise you it is very simple. The reason that most people tend to fall off the wagon with this is they either overcomplicate it or they give up too soon. But I can assure you that I am proof that this works. I've helped so many other people accomplish this too, and I know that it can be your reality. So let's dive into these 7 steps, and let me remind you that I believe number 6 is probably the most important of them all. Step number 1 is that you need to create a source of low to no cost online income. Now, this online income stream does not have to be your primary source of income, nor does it have to be your goal to make it that. But if you are not currently using the internet as one of your sources of income, you are missing out on a massive opportunity, okay? So you need to start a source of low to no cost online income. If you struggle to come up with some ideas for this, in the description, you'll find a free list that you can download with 44 strategies to earn online income. And a lot of them are creative, different ones that you've probably never heard of before. In that list, it's going to break them down for you and give you tools to get started with each and every single one of them. Step number 2 is that you want to scale that up using social media to hit $10,000 a month. Now, if you're nowhere near that right now, that can sound absolutely crazy, but trust me, it is very simple to accomplish and absolutely in 30 days or less. Now, the best ways that you can do this is to really focus in on providing value on social media. I actually have a masterclass that teaches you exactly how to do this. You can find that also linked in the description below. It is totally free to watch, and it'll show you exactly how to start driving traffic, even if you're starting completely from zero. You don't have to have an existing audience. You don't have to have a big following. And there's even ways to do it without showing your face at all. So if you're shy to get on camera, or you don't want people to see you, don't want people to know, first of all, you should throw that insecurity to the side because it is an incredible thing to do. But I have a solution for you too. So check out that masterclass if you haven't already, but that is one of the best ways to scale up that online income to $10,000 a month. Now, in an ideal scenario, you will have kept your job or your career and used that income to continue to pay your expenses so that whatever you're generating through your online income can be just additional money coming in. You don't have to stick with this forever if you don't want to, but I would encourage you to keep both sources of income coming in for around 6 months if possible. This is going to allow you to stack as much additional cash as possible. So just play out this scenario with me. You started a source of online income, you scaled it to 10K a month within 30 days, and then you stuck with that for 6 months. In the worst case scenario, you should have at least $30,000 to $40,000 that you've been able to save up over the course of 6 months. Could be lower than that. It could be much higher than that. It's all a matter of how much you commit to the process. But now your step number 3 is to save as much of that money as possible. And I get it, if you've got debts to pay, if you've got other expenses, if emergencies came up and you've spent some of that cash on that, that's totally fine. But I really want you to make it a priority to save as much of that additional income as humanly possible. Like I said, for at least 6 months, ideally 12 months. With that money that you're saving, step number 4 is that you're going to learn how to invest. Now, if you guys want a tutorial on my exact investment strategy, what I personally do, I would be happy to break it down for you. But the couple of things that I will suggest if you want to just go out and learn on your own is to look into stocks, ETFs, REITs, and real estate. Those are some of the best investments in my personal opinion, and there are so many resources that can help you learn the basics of all of these online. I personally love a platform called Fundrise. It is really easy to use to set up your own investment goals, and they've got a whole university on there, so you can watch all kinds of videos that teach you the basics of investing. Step number 5 is to keep increasing those investments. So again, ideally, you've not only hit the $10,000 a month from your online income, but you've continued to take the actions necessary to scale up the income coming in from that so that you can keep putting more and more aside into your investments. Now, again, depending on how long you commit to this process, you could be really putting aside some substantial money into those investments. Now, the best case scenario is that you have diversified some of these investments and you're starting to see some additional returns from those investments as well. Now, one thing with investments, they tend to be a long-term play. So in most cases, you're not going to invest that money and see a massive return the next month. But what you're doing is setting yourself up for a brighter future long-term. So I wouldn't suggest that you put 100% of that capital into those investments, but instead do a percentage that you feel comfortable with and do enough that's substantial to start generating you some of that passive returns. Now, investments like this truly tend to be some of the only things that are truly hands-free passive income. Most other things that people will try to sell you on passive income tend to not be fully passive and require you to be a bit more involved. Investments are one of those things that are so incredible because you can set them and almost forget about them and continue to see returns from multiple different sources over time. Step number 6. Now, I told you guys at the beginning of this video that I think this is honestly one of the most important parts, and I think honestly one of the pieces that people fail to do the most. This is where most people get it wrong. So promise me that you will not be one of those people and that you will follow step number 6 so that you can be truly financially free, okay? Step number 6 is do not increase your expenses as you increase your income. The longer that you can resist the urge to do this, the better off you will be in the future. See, what most people do is they start increasing their income, and it may be one of the first times, or at least the first time in a while, that you've got some extra cash laying around. So that Gucci bag starts to look nice. You start being a little bit more loose with your spending. Maybe you get the new car, the new apartment, new decor. You start spending, but before you know it, you've increased your expenses so much that it actually negates all of the additional income that you've created for yourself. So I'm not saying to never treat yourself and never reward yourself, but make sure that you are really cautious to not drastically increase your expenses as you increase your income. Like I said, this is one of the things that most people get wrong, and then they find themselves looking at their doubled income from previous years with no more in savings and no more financially free than they were before. This will keep you broke. So the longer that you can resist the urge to go out and spend and buy all of these kind of material items, a better off you will be in the future. And honestly, then you can buy all of that stuff and more. So try to resist the urge again for at least 6 to 12 months until you've really built yourself a good nest egg and you've got some investments diversified in your own portfolio. And step number 7 is to rinse, repeat, and scale this process. Now, by now, if you've been doing it for 30 days, 90 days, or 6 months, you should have had some really awesome, consistent online income, and you likely found additional opportunities to scale up that income. So for example, if you went the route of creating digital products, let's say that was the strategy you chose for generating online income. Perfect, that's one of my favorite strategies as well. You probably started to see some of those sales come in and identified that there's opportunity to add on additional digital products, or maybe a course or a membership or some coaching that allows you to get bigger ticket sizes and monetize people in a different way. you have not yet done that, now is the time to scale it up and continue to increase the income coming in so that you can contribute more to your investments and start setting yourself up for an even brighter financial future. Now, I know that I've made this sound very simple. There may be pieces that confuse you. If there are, drop them in the comments below and be sure to explore those free resources that I've included in the description, because I promise you it's going to help you get that much closer to your goals. Now, as you go through this process, I pray that you have the biggest and most blessed year with so much abundance flowing in, because I truly believe that anyone and everyone can achieve this. And I see this as the best and quickest path to changing your financial future in a very quick amount of time. So follow these steps, apply it to your life, and go live your best rich girl life.